How's it going, everyone? It's Derek Lamoureux, and I'm joined by cinematographer and director of photography, Danny Lau.
How's it going, man? Thanks for having me.
Please record your message.
Frank, it's Jack. I haven't heard from you in weeks. The IRS is on my ass. Call me back. Frank, I know you're screening. Just answer the phone.
Yeah.
Frank, where the hell have you been? I've been
Jack.
trying to... Yeah, what?
Have you heard the joke about the fun accountant?
What are you talking about? This is serious. I'm gonna get fucking...
Yeah. Neither have I.
Now listen, Frank.
I was like, maybe they didn't like this. It looks, like, it looks so natural.
That's amazing.
Like,
That's the greatest compliment you can give a DP.
or the worst. Yeah, I don't know.
I like
yeah,
it.
probably.
Depends
probably
what you're
good.
going for. Depends what you're going for.
Yeah. Okay, so walk us through the lighting for this scene.
Yeah. So in this scene, it's very simple. There's an Astera tube. Again, drop ceilings. Love it. There's an Astera tube just right above him, topping him a little bit, and then so we have an IntelliTech off to the side, gridded off so that it's nice and controlled, and then we have a 300B with a spotlight to kind of give that design.
So this right here is not real sun.
No, that is not real. Yeah, no. That is design to kind of put. I feel like when you add dashes like that, little spots like that, it just puts them a little bit more into like the real world.
Right.
And it allows you to think like, oh yeah, he's actually on Earth. You know, he's not trapped in this spaceship of a room.
And I assume all the house lights are off.
We weren't allowed to turn off the house lights because it's a building. So we
interesting.
just went up and we just kind of gaff taped some of the pot lights that are around. And then like we had art add in kind of like the side over there, this kind of newspaper stand in the garbage can. When I first saw this, I saw it in person and I looked at Anthony and I said, we got to shoot something here. Like this is like, this texture is absolutely incredible. And so like this was added on later on, and it kind of spawned TurboTax to come to life, because TurboTax was only supposed to be 1 or 2 shots in his office. And so when we saw this, we're like, well, this will kind of give it that production value and kind of add to it. And I was like, I can make this look good, and just like looking at this lobby, I knew from just the lines and the textures. That bench doesn't move, by the way. It's nailed in there, so we weren't able to pull it or create depth. I know what some people might say. Why didn't you pull the depth? Why is he up against the wall?
I like that.
But I love the kind of Wes Anderson kind of style of like kind of playing with the shapes that exist.
Yeah, no, it's your eyes are just drawn right to it. It feels like a 70s movie just taking place there. No, it's
exactly.
great. Okay, so this one, I mean, lots going on.
Yeah.
From an art standpoint,
Yeah.
Crazy office. Walk us through what you did from a lighting standpoint for this scene.
Yeah, so as you can tell, there isn't a lot of width in here. So right off the bat, it eliminates the idea of putting stands and a light on. There's just no way to do it. And so we decided that the only way for me to light this is through practical fixtures. And so the only thing that's hitting him right now is actually mostly practical fixtures. The only thing that I did add, aside from the practical lamps that are in the back, those are strategically placed, is the desk lamp over here. I told Anthony, who really put the art together for this, like, I need a desk lamp because I need something to key him. I need to motivate a key. And not that I used a desk lamp, I actually hit a mini 1-foot tube light.
Oh, really?
That's actually like hidden right there. And you can actually kind of see it. It's hidden in there, and I just kind of like gridded it off with like gaff tape.
Yeah.
And just kind of aimed it and angled it so it looked like it was bouncing off the desk to hit him. That was the biggest challenge, was like, I know how to light the world because I just add lamps into there, but how do we light his face in such a small space? And so when you don't have like the opportunity for your everyday formula, which is a softbox and a big light or whatever, IntelliTech wouldn't be able to fit in there either.
No,
it's like when you don't have that, it's like find creative ways, and one of the ways is, how can I use art to motivate my lighting? And so that's what we did. And I think the only other thing we added on was just the top. Again, anamorphic helped with this, right above him. There wasn't a drop ceiling, but it was just like a flat enough ceiling for me to tape just like a 1-foot tube right on there as well. Cool. And so that kind of just helps fill in a little bit. Yeah, so this was a little bit of an accident.
This was okay.
Yeah, this was a little bit of an accident. I believe one of my tubes were set to like multicolor.
Okay.
And initially, like, it was placed up there. It must have been set for multicolor from a different production.
Okay.
And so when it placed up there and he turned it on and the gaffer turned it on, I'm like, wait, no, that looks great. I'm like, this is great. Like this looks really good. So sometimes you run into happy accidents. I'm not even gonna pretend like I planned that. Like I thought it was like adding a little bit of color to really what's really a flat image. But what I love about this compositionally is it matches the front foyer. Like we're kind of living in the same world of like this kind of flat symmetrical space. And the natural light that's spilling through is actually just opened up the neg. That's all I did was just like it just opened up from the front lobby so the natural sun can come in. Because I think some of the hardest things to do, especially when you have a 2D kind of composition, is adding in a natural ambient. Because anything you throw at the wall is you're gonna feel it.
Yeah.
And so like, how do you get something natural? Well, there's nothing more natural than the natural sun itself. And so we just pulled the neg open, and the neg just so happened to give me such a beautiful cut and just kind of separation on the doors over here. But at the same time, it doesn't feel like I'm hitting the wall with a big soft box.
Yeah, and the focus is on him, and I mean that little light inside the elevator door. I mean that's just like that little touch that he's kind of walking into the light.
Yeah, exactly. It just kind of adds a little bit of interest, especially since it's bicolor and one side's orange, kind of the other side's blue. But it was definitely a happy accident. So I'll take happy accidents all day long.
I think the cool part about these scenes, breaking them down, is tubes.
Yeah.
You know, maybe one soft cloth source, and you know, a little pocket accents, whether those be dashes or practical bulbs, whatever. I mean, not a large kit to pull off.
Not at all.
You know, something that
very
looks
affordable.
like this.
Anybody has access to it. So like overall, I think like with tubes, what I love about them is they're modular, they're battery powered. You can run them all day long, and they'll last all day long. At least the Stereotitan tubes can run all day long. And they're easy. They're realistic fixtures. You know, you find them everywhere in office buildings such as this. Like they're all over.
Yeah, I think the big pieces of kit for if you're going to shoot in an office are gaff tape, maybe a little bit of cinefoil,
yes, oh man,
and some tubes.
Yeah, exactly. And like try not to force yourself to use things just because it's a cool thing to use. I think if you're selective of what you need, then you get only what you need, and you can achieve a lot with very little.
If you like this video and you want to see more videos, make sure you just tap that subscribe button. And thanks again, Danny, for joining me.
Thank you for having me, man.